just really highlighted her values. And I think, this is the most important thing in life, that at the end of the day, who we really are and who it is that is celebrated is that soul with its beauty and its beautiful vibrations. So I became so aware as all the calls were coming in this morning and people coming to greet Sister Shirley, that life's journey is about this, where we are able to celebrate somebody's life with such beauty. And, life can become so busy and we can be so busy doing things. But at the end of the day, what is really an investment in our life is actually the values and the qualities we've actually put in. And that is what I put in daily into my journey. And so often in life, people have lots of celebrations, but this morning it became so beautifully awakened as an awareness that what is it that we really celebrate is a human being's beautiful qualities. And the more and more we invest in it in ourselves, our life becomes a celebration rather than a day. So that was lovely. So that is why I came slightly late on, because the scent is a bit alive this morning.
Yes, Sister Shirley's there with you. That's so wonderful.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's so beautiful what you're sharing, that often in the world we've been conditioned to celebrate physical achievements, but just the being in every moment is the real celebration, and I remember, the moments that I hold most fondly in my memory is the little things, like just laughing with friends or splashing each other whilst cutting vegetables. And and I mean, it's amazing how complicated our lives can become, but how it's these little moments that we have to celebrate every moment, because of what I am and how I express that in all the things and every second of the day. It's really so amazing how we've gotten it all wrong. And the real celebration is the celebration of being and the value of that being. So that's what I was just thinking as you were sharing.
And it's so inexpensive, today, for creating happy moments in people's life. They sometimes have such an incredible cost that's part of it, because it's so expensive to make someone happy physically. Yeah. And then you're not sure whether you're going to get it right. But when I celebrate somebody's beauty of the soul, it's an invaluable treasure, and it costs you nothing. It just costs you the purity of your heart, which is actually not even a cost. It makes you grow as a being. Yeah. So I really loved what we were talking about this week, around patience, particularly patience, because I think one of the qualities I really resonate with in my life, from the three that we talked about this week, was patience. And I found in my own life's journey, patience has been a very, very powerful contributor to the richness of my life. Because sometimes along life's journey, there can be many things that will want you to act quick. So there may be a situation and you think, oh, well, everyone is doing it, I must also be part of it. Or everyone is thinking in a certain way, and it can push you or influence you to be part of it. And last year in April, in one of our morning studies, there was a very beautiful aspect about patience means to wait and see. And I remember that so beautifully. And I thought, in my own life's journey, I put in the work every day. Um, to wait and see doesn't mean that you wait one day and do what's needed then. But every day, I just quietly keep doing what I need to do for the being. And then be detached from the outcome. If I'm patient, I can't remain detached from the outcome. If I'm not patient, I'm pushing for the outcome. I'm desperate for the outcome. And whatever then comes up is in the bigger picture of life and orchestrated by God, orchestrated by the drama of life. And it's exactly what is meant for the soul. I may not even know what it is, and I may not even know how it will actually manifest itself fully. And I feel that's the beauty of patience. It's like, you've planted that seed, and, you have a beautiful garden of fruits and in the center in Verulam. And so you just see how you never know how the fruit is going to look. And just every day as you go outside and look at it, you say, oh, another avocado. Oh, it's so much more richer. And I think that's the fruit of patience. It's a very beautiful quality. I think today in the world, because people are insecure at times or not anchored to something, they even lose their patience because they trying to grasp something desperately to feel that I have something. And patience really is having that faith that it will come. Long as I do what I need to do every day of my life at the right time, in the right way, with love. So that's what my heart was feeling this morning. So I was very excited about patience.
Yes, and you've been mentioning this a lot, that consistency, that then supports you in that patience and that faith, actually. So last week's topic was on that faith and trust, and how it's also beautifully interconnected. That just be consistent and have that faith that with patience, things will bear fruit, and the magic will happen. And then I feel there won't be the I and my, I have to make it happen, and that's a lot of labor. Yesterday I was also reflecting on acceptance, and it's very closely connected to patience. But can I really accept, like I was sharing on Monday, the story of that individual who's so amazing in his character, so resilient despite being blinded by gunshots. He's achieved so much, but he's still so hard on himself and wants, and that anger is building up within, because he's not really appreciating all that he has achieved despite his disability, and he's being affected by the opinions of others, and allowing that to prevent him from appreciating the light that he is shining, and so much hope and stability in the darkness in his life. And so for me, can I just accept, and you brought it up a few times yesterday as well, to rise above and not be so harsh on the self, that patience with the self. And then I was just chatting with friends, and how can I also accept the energy from that divine? There's so much coming, but
it's
but
all orchestrated.
Yeah.
And we don't even know what's orchestrated, but it's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. And am I allowing it, or am I rejecting it? So often we reject the self, we reject what is there right before me. And also with the drama of life, how we become impatient, and impatience is rejection. So when I'm impatient, I'm actually rejecting the possibility, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
It's like, like many qualities, they have the pure energy of it, and how over a period of time that pure quality became tainted. Like, if you look at love, it had turned into attachment. And you look at, for example, mercy, which is really that good wishes, we've become rescuers, and then we get caught up in it. So everything changes. And I think with even patience on that level, patience is a very, very powerful quality because it's filled with that faith, and it's filled with hope, and it's filled with conviction in that way. And if I don't hold it, then I'm looking for, my patience is in the wrong place. Sometimes people just become numb and they do nothing, and they say, well, I'm patient, something should happen in life. But that's not the energy of patience, Don't wait for something to happen. Make it happen by doing what's needed. And for me, it's like the example of baking a cake, and I was using it the other day. You have to put the ingredients together, and you have to put the cake in the oven. That work you have to do. Then you can look through the window and say, oh, it's rising. Oh, it's rising. And don't keep opening the oven because your cake will flop. Have the faith that for 35 minutes the cake has to stay in the oven. So patiently wait for 35 minutes and you'll have a product. But you can't have a product if you didn't mix the ingredients and you didn't prepare it. And so really understanding patience is both these steps. You have to prepare what it is that you want to achieve as a product, but then have the faith and the patience to allow it to happen. And don't interfere too much with your thoughts. Don't interfere with doubt. Don't interfere with insecurity, because things will flop then, like that cake.
Yeah. Then there's that mixture and strife and hard labor, and yeah, when it's meant to be. I loved how we all have been alluding a lot to nature, and nature is so amazing. It all happens patiently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that sunrise, you can't rush it. I love the sunrise and the sunset. And when you watch the sunrise over the ocean, you just have to sit there peacefully and watch. You can see I have withdrawals of the ocean in Durban, but you just have to patiently watch its beauty till it comes fully risen. And sometimes that's the other aspect about life, that we're waiting so much for the product that we forget the beauty of the process. And so as that sun is rising, in the process of its rising is its total beauty. And sometimes we're so focused on, oh, has the sun risen? But the sunrise has so much beauty and things in our life too. What's happening in between, don't forget to see it. Don't just wait for the end to think, oh, it should be like that. And I think that's when life passes us by and we forgot what really is happening right now because we're waiting for the result, Yeah. And so tell me about hope, Sister Raksha, because, hope is something that on many levels, people these days are being challenged by. They see a lot and then they lose hope because they see so many things. And I'm sure in the physical world and also with your work that you do as a palliative specialist, that there is a certain outcome that you can see inevitable and over a period of time. But how do you keep allowing that individual to have hope? What is the hope in? Because sometimes you know that maybe the soul is at the end of the journey, but there's something that the person holds on to that doesn't make him lose hope. What's that you see in that person? Where is our hope really need to be anchored in? Because obviously, if we look outside, many things can make us hopeless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about, the power of hope, because it's really a very powerful energy. And scientifically, they've shown how hope prolongs life. So there's even studies showing that energy of the being can actually prolong the life of somebody with a life-threatening illness. uh, and uh, and I find that as one continues on that journey with a life-limiting illness, they move from everything and all the habits that were focused outward to turning within. And they may have been so fastidious about certain habits, and how they would like things to be, and how they tried to control their environment. And it had been stressful to live that life, and it had been a stress for those that they lived with. But as they then reassess their life, and know that they can't depend on their physical ability, they begin to turn within, and a hope starts to grow within. It's as if their world moves from outward focused to inward focused, and they become more still, more patient, choosing how they want to respond. Because they'd been so powerful in living their physical lives, they also then develop an inner power in that intangible. And slowly but surely, we just you have to hold that vision of them. I loved yesterday also how you shared, it's almost like a magnet, you draw that power out of another. And so that's all one has to do, just be present, and hold that candle of hope within the self. You don't even have to share about it, but that then allows the other to step quietly into the intangible. And what gives them hope is that that slowly, as they focus on that inner power, they begin to trust that, and how that supports them in their relationships and in their trust of the future. So this aspect of eternity is very powerful in maintaining hope. That this too shall pass, and this is not the end. So I find the aspect of eternity is closely connected to hopefulness. If I know that this is not, everything is not
Forever.
as, yeah, everything is not as I see with my two physical eyes. There's a more profound world that we're not accessing, and when I'm forced to access it, that hope begins to shine, and I can peacefully come to balance with that energy, and then I bring others to peace around me. So that has been journeys that I've witnessed in the practice of this field. So
Yeah.
as you were talking, just feeling hope is deeply connected to that eternity, and knowing that, and trusting that I will be victorious. It's not that, that feeling of deep insecurity, but as one is forced to step inside, there's a feeling of security that grows. So those were some thoughts that came.
That's so important what you're sharing. And thanks for highlighting that, because, in the world, we've got so conditioned to see the obvious. And it's on the basis of the obvious that we begin to say, oh, there's no hope. This is hopeless moment, because we're judging the behavior, we're judging the obvious situation, we are caught up within that. And, I remember one thing that had helped me a lot in my life over a long period of time is just saying to myself, Dipti, life's not about the obvious. Don't be fooled by the obvious, And something that really helped me so that I didn't get caught up in all the dramatic moments of life's journey in that way. And so just that whole aspect that you brought up of there's more than what's now in the eternal journey. And I think, for whether it's with our life, whether it's with things that happen in our lives, situations, all of that, the aspect of there's more than just the obvious that's happening. And I think that really supports the hope. And I think when that hope is there, almost immediately your pure and peaceful energy is activated. When you have hope, you remain peaceful. And like how you said, when people who have hope, they live longer. It's like your peace and your original qualities get activated because of hope. And that is actually feeding your lifespan. Because once you connect to yourself, it's feeding your good energy. And so, very often in life, when we lose hope, we become peaceless, we become negative, and that just feeds that spiral of negativity. And it's just inevitable that we'll end up in a negative space, because that's the switch I put on. If I put on the switch of hope, I do this. If I switch on the switch of hopelessness, I come down almost immediately. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And then stability. Yeah. It was so interesting. We're talking about stability, and we've been doing some painting at the center. So I was trying to put the table right before the session, and it was a little wobbly. So I just had to put it right. And I think for me, it became I just smiled when that happened. And I thought, stability is about balance. And if I'm looking at the 4 feet of this legs of the stable, because they're in balance, there's the stability. And so for me, just that whole aspect that what is stability? And people think sometimes stability is like you just don't react and you're so super in who you are and you don't feel emotion and whatever. And for me, it was just such a rich moment looking at the stable and saying, when my life is really balanced with the things that are important, I'll be stable.
Yeah. Yeah. And Wendy also took up that topic, of balance, because often we may, reject and not do the things we love to do and give so much focus. And so we become unbalanced and unstable. And so how to take care of the self, in all domains of our life, so that I can be stable. So she was sharing some physical tools that she uses, but it's so important to live, not just exist. I always think as that rodent on the hamster wheel, so just going along, absorbed in the doing and not in the being. Yeah, so stability and hope creates that feeling of security, and then that feeds into that space of stability. And it's all in the non-tangible, so that hope is not tangible at all, and it creates such a rock, such a force that can be experienced externally as a stability for many others. And I was thinking, even with hope, what helps me be hopeful is to know that I'm here for a bigger purpose, not just for myself, but for a bigger purpose, and and so to stay in that experience, if not for the self, then for the bigger picture. So that's another aspect.
Yesterday I was studying some of the teachings and classes shared by Sister Mohini. Sister Mohini is our head at the Brahma Kumaris, administrative head at the Brahma Kumaris now. And she talked about emotions and feelings, and you're talking about that level of stability from the intangible part, that inner part. And she was just saying how emotions come from the outside stimulation and feelings come from that space of truth. And so if I'm constantly drawing things from the outside, what people said, what I see in the situation, it's activated by my sense organs. And that activates an emotion. It's something coming from the outside, went through my sense organ, activated some hormone in my body, I suppose, and then created an emotion. And then I so-called feel certain things. And they can be like waves and currents, as she calls it. They can come in force and they can be, low tide and high tide. And in today, I'm remembering the ocean a lot. Anyway, but when there is feelings coming from the eternal truth, then that is so stable. It's anchored. So where am I drawing my joy from? Where am I drawing my stability from? Where is the feelings? Always to ask, where are my feelings coming from? Are my feelings coming from that which will come and go? Or are my feelings coming from something that's more permanent in life's journey? Because, people can have a wonderful day and the next day they just feel so flat. And that kind of energy is very tiring because it's still drawing from the outside. And I think, therefore, the two constant forces for me that helps create stability is my relationship with myself. And like yesterday, we're talking about staying in God's sunshine. I just love that first point that Sister Moini had shared, that God is like sunshine and it will offer me everything that I need. So when I just loved it. I'm in God's sunshine. Yeah, I'm a sunshine child of God. So I must be a sunflower then, I suppose.
Yeah.
And sunflowers are strong. They're very resourceful. Yeah.
Definitely. And all parts of it is very useful.
Yeah. So today we're just having this light conversation of the heart. Sister Raksha and I can talk for a long time about things that touches the heart. But feel free, please join into the conversation. And anyone like to say something, add to the conversation, please feel free to unmute and let's talk. Today is Friday.
So there's one comment from Shan: success is a journey. Focus with patience on the journey, and the destination will happen with magic. And destination equals aim, objective, milestone.
Okay, wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, doctor ordered this Friday morning, light and easy. Yes,
Indrani says, so beautiful and light, just what the doctor ordered this Friday morning, light and easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So patience, hope, stability. Feel free, anybody. I'm sure we've all had a story about any one of these. Maybe that will help all of us. So really feel free to share. Today's Friday. It's open. Don't be shy. There's a lot of silence today.
I think Sister Dipti and
Yes.
Sister Raksha, I think everyone now is putting on their dancing shoes and their birthday costume for the weekend. It's a long weekend, yeah? So it's an exciting time, and everyone wants to have a relaxing time today. You know, we used to love Fridays because from 12 to 1, we call it a happy hour because we want to go off early. And as you're talking about patience, you know, we would patiently sit on that Friday at work, just waiting when the clock will strike 1. And we all walk out with our bags and so happy getting into our cars to spend our weekend, because work life used to be like quite challenging and we worked very hard. But just having that patience and enjoying everything together really was like a bouquet of fragrant flowers, just allowing for fragrance to emerge and feel that beautiful energy. And up until today, those good memories are still there. And it makes it even more profound by having this program to bring back those childhood days. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Beautiful. Sister Raksha, I'm just going to call Sister
I
Shirley.
think so. That's what I've been thinking.
Yeah,
because everyone
so
feels so
just-
excited. So it'll be wonderful.
Just give me a
Sister
moment.
Shirley.
Please continue
Yeah.
talking. I'm just going to bring Sister Shirley.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
All right.
I think we all had the same thought, that it would be lovely if Sister Shirley could come and say hello on her special birthday. Thank you, Kia. So patience and hope that one day I will be completely a peaceful soul. And so, Kia, you are a peaceful soul. I am a peaceful soul. So to remind ourselves that, when I'm swimming on the surface, lost in the emotions, just withdraw from that and come to the awareness that I am. And the illusions will always take us away from that. Is she here?
I'm just taking the computer to her.
Okay.
So just give me one moment.
Great. Yes. So Kia, I really feel it's about acceptance and letting go. And that helps with that patience.
Where?
So there's our Shirley.
Yeah, come.
Yes, emotions still take over sometime. So that practice of just letting the dress of the body and emotions become very loose and becoming that light. Are we ready, Sister Dipti? Om Shanti. You unmute.
Dear friends.
Om Shanti, Sister Shirley.
Om Shanti, loving
Wishing you happy
greetings.
birthday.
And thank you for all the blessings and the love and the care. Much, much appreciated.
And so much comments in the chat box from everyone. So Malandela, Varsha, Kia, Rodi. So everyone sending you lots of cakes and celebrations and flowers.
Oh, we started celebrations from this morning. I think 4:45 this morning was so special.
Oh,
And my sister Indrani, thank you.
yeah.
Indrani.
It's so beautiful. As I was saying earlier today, that it's about the quality of a soul that you celebrate. One is their physical birth, but actually the quality of who they are. And so that has always been such a precious moment. Yeah.
Thank you all, and have a powerful, powerful weekend, a beautiful day. I'm sure that you benefited greatly from this morning's program and in whole the breakfast program. Thank you all. Feeling your love and care. Thank you.
Thank you so much on behalf of everyone. We really just wish our sister Shirley so much of abundant energy. Maseke, you want to say something, Maseke? Your hand is up. Please do, Maseke.
Greetings of peace. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Happy birthday to Sister Shirley. And I just want to say, sometimes you may find us a little quiet. It's probably because we're also doing an introspection. We're looking at our lives and we're saying, how best can we implement the learning from this session? So please don't lose heart when you find that you are.
Oh,
Thank you, Maseke.
yes,
Yeah.
thank you. And real sharing from the heart. Thank you.
So, Sister Raksha, you'd like to now just guide everyone through a meditation and
thank you, Sister Shirley, for being this amazing, unconditional one who's so filled with love, just like the Father. And so your eyes always sparkle and your energy just draws us closer to truth and to God and knowing that everything is possible. So thank you so much.
Thank
and
you,
we're
my
so lucky
sister
to have you in
Raksha.
our life.
And thank you all. Many
Om
blessings.
Shanti.
Much appreciate all your love and care.
Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
So
thank you. So have a powerful weekend, everyone. And Monday, we still will be into this journey of stepping into our inner power. And then from Tuesday, the new series begins. So see you on Monday. Have a powerful weekend, everyone, with lots of love.
Thank you, Sister Dipti. Om Shanti.
Monday.
thank you. So let's carry that joy into our meditation. So I sit comfortably and I relax. And my heart swells with so much love and joy. It's so wonderful to be part of a global family, a family of beautiful lights that support my journey of joy and love and peace. Real life is about living every moment, every second, with all of the precious energy that I am. Everything else is an illusion that tries to dampen that bright light that I am. And so today, come what may, I will sparkle with joy, love, peace, the more ferocious the energy without to dampen that light, the more powerful will I hold on to the energy within. Life is a beautiful game, and success is mine. Patiently, I will continue to burn that candle of hope. And stability and security is all mine. And so, like a lighthouse, I will shine bright for the lost ships at sea. This is my purpose. To accept and flow with the drama of life. To allow the energy of who I am to flow, that divine, and to respond powerfully to every second of this drama, of this wonderful play called life. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So we have our beautiful programs coming on. And the first one is dealing with loss and grief. And that will be done by Dr. Raksha. Very inspiring and beautiful tools to use. That is on Saturday, 26th of February from 3 to 4 p.m. And a lovely Shivaratri program, which is packed with a lot of meaning and really will bring light and energy for the soul and recognize who God really is. And that is the night before dawn, invocation and experiencing the love of one. And that will be on Sunday, 27th February from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. So most welcome to join us on Zoom. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye.